YouTube, how's it going? The GOAT House is back. Heading into week 11, I got my updated rookie power rankings. We update these every Thursday. Top 15 rookies plus some honorable mentions. We got a couple new entries. We got a player moving up big time and a little bit of couple changes there at the top, of course, here. And yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts, your rankings in the comments. We got weekly picks, score predictions, power rankings, did my Pro Bowl ballot. We got all kinds of content here, so join us. Check out our Twitter live updates there, talking during games. There's a link pinned in the comments for that, as well as recent videos. So check it all out there. It'd be much appreciated. So see some honorable mentions at the top. Yeah, a couple of new guys thrown up there. Christian Barmore, the Patriots, is a disruptor on the inside. Knew he was, he could be kind of a raw prospect, could start a little slow, but now he's really getting going, so he can make his way on the list. Kwity Paye for the Colts. We saw him get injured, now came back. And he's been getting going. I would like for him to turn, he's getting a lot of pressure. I'd like for him to turn his pressures into more sacks, and I think he will. So he's starting to look pretty good. And some other familiar faces that we've talked about up there. Elijah Mitchell sticking at 15, had a pretty good game against the Rams. Eric Stokes back in the rankings, back in the top 15. He's been very solid. Lockdown week. The whole defense had a lockdown week against the Seattle Seahawks. They held Russell Wilson and company to 0 points, which never happened in Russell Wilson's career. So, yeah, he was standing out quite a bit to me. Just looks so, it looks like a technician, which I guess I really didn't expect right away. So I love his technique, just so smooth. So, really thrilled with Eric Stokes. Javon Holland makes his way up the list. He's been he got himself an honorable mentions. Now he's getting himself in the top 15. Do it all type of safety, and that's kind of what our take was out of Oregon. A lot of people kind of he's a free safety, and they just label him there. And there was some people that kind of put him in this, he's a slot safety type guy. He's almost a slot corner, and they just kind of labeled him there. But we thought he was kind of a do-it-all guy because he's played outside corner, he's played inside corner, he's played free and strong safety. And the Dolphins, it turns out, is a perfect spot for him because they're getting the most out of him. He's playing both safety roles there. As we see him in the back end, we see the range getting across the field, getting that pass deflection, knocking a guy out of bounds, and then we see him up in the box and blitzing. And he was a big factor in both those categories against the Ravens on Thursday night. But as a blitzer, I mean, ridiculous. You see the athleticism getting after Lamar Jackson. So, yeah, that was a big-time week for him, and he's kind of been creeping up here anyways. Trey Smith stays at 12. He's been fantastic for the Chiefs' offensive line. Surtain, down 2 spots, just mainly because we got a couple guys moving up here. Did give up a touchdown to Devontae Smith, but it was actually really good coverage, but he did lose the rep. You wish he kind of attacked the ball a little better, but it's still good coverage. He's been very solid. More so just guys moving up here. Odafe away. Got back on the board with another sack there. You see, yeah, he's kind of relying on his athleticism a lot, but you see the athleticism there as an edge rusher. It's kind of taking over today's NFL. If they can they're working on his technique, they can be special. Greg Newsom's been great this year. A little bit off game for the Browns there, but he's going to be down 1 spot here. I just had to move Devontae Smith up. So him kind of going up, a couple other guys going down. Devontae Smith really taking off. It's a special prospect. We talked about that. And started a little slow. Hurts wasn't throwing too well to start the year, and Smith wasn't doing a whole lot, so they kind of need to get on the same page and kind of up their game a little bit, and they're really doing that. Devontae Smith is really, really taking off these last couple weeks, and we saw that 2 touchdowns, a monster catch over Patrick Surtain, his former teammate, and it shows us, because a lot of people kind of just, because he's skinny, he's pretty fast, he can run routes, and that's people kind of label him with that type of guy, but people forget that he's actually a pretty damn good contested catcher. So I think he's already underrated, but yeah, fantastic last couple of weeks. So he's up to 5 spots to number 8. Creed Humphrey's been fantastic at 7. Najee Harris at 6. Another pretty solid day running the ball. So no real changes there. And then some minor changes at the top. Kyle Pitts going to stay at 5. It's tough moving Rashad Slater down, but I kind of had to. It was more so I felt like I had to move Mac Jones up at least a spot for that great performance against the Browns. I mean, you see the accuracy, you see the clutch throws. I mean, they had multiple 90-plus drives. It was 199 led by Mac Jones, and then they had the running game as well. But so good. Slater's been – I mean, when Slater's matched up one-on-one, it's over. He's got him, and that's crazy for a rookie. The Vikings started blitzing a little bit, and I think the whole Chargers offensive line was confused on who was picking it up, but just nitpicking at the top here. I mean, he's been – great. I'm thrilled because I had him as my number one tackle, and there's really not too many people that did at all. So I'm really happy with Slater. Mac Jones has been, fantastic. So I moved him up a spot. Tough to move him up ahead of Jamar Chase because what he's done as a whole. I know they had a bye last week, and in the last 2 weeks before that, he was a little off, honestly. But before that, historic numbers, ridiculous, playing at a high level. So, but I did move him down a spot because what Micah Parsons is doing is ridiculous. And he started actually when we started the rankings, he started at 1 because what he was doing at the edge rush position. He started the year kind of playing everything, mainly off the ball. Then he went to the edge rusher position, sometimes with his hand in the dirt like a defensive end, sometimes standing up like an outside linebacker in terms of an edge rusher, and then it depends on the game plan. They go and play the Vikings a few weeks ago. He's playing off the ball most of the game. They're kind of flopping back and forth here, and he's the guy. He's the X factor, and he's doing it at such a high level, getting after the quarterback no matter where he's coming from. But if it's plays downfield, if it's plays across the field, he's tracking them down, making play. It's ridiculous what he's doing. This is a insanely versatile young player, and a lot of times, people hype up a guy's versatility, and it's awesome. It's like that guy's so versatile, but usually those guys, they're good at everything, but are they great at anything? Most of the time that's the case, and that's okay because it's extremely hard to be that versatile. But Micah Parsons is great at everything, everything he does, and he's a rookie. So it's extremely impressive. I don't remember. There's more versatile guys these days, but I don't remember a rookie season quite like this. A season maybe quite like this. So I moved him up to 1. What him and Jamar Chase are doing this year, ridiculous. Same with Mac Jones and Rashawn Slater. That top 4 is in a battle. They are in an absolute battle right now for my rookie of the year, and you can see offense and defense. Micah Parsons, it looks like he's got the defensive player of the year locked up there. A couple good corners though. And Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is looking like he would battle Mike Parsons, but he got hurt. Maybe we see him back very shortly. So, but that was unfortunate. He got hurt. But Parsons on a whole nother level. And he was my, I think he was a lot of people's, but number 1 defensive player in the draft. So, you're thrilled about him. Obviously, just so fun to watch. But with him kind of going off again and Chase having a bye on top of the last couple of weeks were a little underwhelming. That the bye kind of hurt him a little bit. He definitely can get back on track going against the Raiders this week. He can get himself back up to 1 with a great performance. But Mac Jones, Rashawn Slater, knocking on the door as well. But those are my rookie rankings heading into Week 11. A lot of good ball players out there, good young ball players. There's a lot that we didn't even talk about. There's so many good ones, but we're kind of just picking the select few here that are really standing out. Let me know your guys' thoughts, your rankings if you want in the comments. We're always talking on Twitter. There's a link down below for that Twitter link. Live updates there as well. Check it out. Much appreciated. Like, subscribe, turn notifications on. Be well worth it, I promise. We got full NFL coverage. But that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.